Talk about 2 steps forward, 100 steps back. The moment Laci Green does something, anything, throws, even the slightest bone to her critics, if you will, and begins to accept criticism from the other side, you've decided, Kevin, for whatever reason, to jump to her defense, try and talk her out of it. Try and, even though that you yourself are not someone who agrees with echo chambers, as you stated before, you want Laci Green to remain in an echo chamber, which is highly harmful for discourse, as you and I have both attested to. But before I play this video, I just want to single out the description. A word of caution from a friend. Kevin, to my knowledge, you've never actually spoken with Laci Green. I mean, you even say this in the video that you've never had any kind of conversation with Laci Green, and yet you're claiming to be her friend. You can say you're a fan by all means, but you're not her friend. You are not Laci Green's friend. That's the equivalent of me saying Sargon or someone else like Sam Harris is my friend. I'm a fan of their work, but they're not my friend. So, or at least I don't consider them my friends. I just consider them people whose work I'm fond of. So please don't try and paint yourself as some kind of noble crusader, some kind of friend trying to talk her out of a bad situation, because you're not. You're just a fan of hers.
Hello there, Laci. I don't know if you're ever actually going to see this video, but if you do, thank you for clicking.
I mean, that already speaks volumes. I don't know if you're ever going to see this video. I mean, if she was your friend, if she was truly your friend, she would probably, in a video directed to her, she would probably click on it. So, I don't think you know what the term friend means, Kevin. Just say a word of caution from a fan. That's really would have resolved the issue.
On, and I hope you get something out of this. Just want to say before I start, I'm a long-time fan of your work.
Yep, that's fine. If you're a fan of her work, that's fine, but you're not a friend of hers, Kevin.
I just wanted to put together this little video to hopefully give you a better insight into the kinds of people that you're now have stated that you're willing to, or that you want to debate with.
These kinds of people. Fucking hell, Kevin. Talk about hyperbole. These are people who disagree with you on a fundamental issue on politics today. And Laci wants to have a conversation with these people. And admittedly, sometimes these critics of Laci Green and critics of yourself and critics of feminism have been callous, but so have you. You're trying to claim this moral high ground where there is none, and callousness on the internet is just a way of life. I'm sorry. If you can't accept that, then don't put yourself out there. Don't make these videos or disable your comments and just fail to grow as a person entirely. And I know you're not like that, Kevin, so this is why this video is so disappointing. This is why I'm covering this video. I honestly wouldn't cover it if it was just a fucking Steve Shives video or some person I had zero empathy for. But I do have empathy for you, Kevin. You were on my stream, a few days ago, and I think there is, even though I personally disagree with you on a lot of things, there is something there. And this is why I'm very disappointed in you for making this video and trying to talk Laci Green down.
From this sort of anti-feminist side, and maybe get you to sort of rethink your strategy.
What is there to rethink? She wants to have conversations with people who are anti-feminist, and I'll admit myself, I'm probably not the best candidate because I'm not big enough, but somebody like Sargon, I think, is capable, even if he's done shit like, which I personally don't have a problem with, by the way, the I wouldn't even rape you thing, which isn't I suppose you could argue it's a bit confrontational, but it's not. It's just internet talk. He's capable. Sargon is more than capable of sitting down and having serious conversations with people. His internet talk is part of... Everyone does it, Kevin. Even you do it. Later on, you go to show these clips of you talking down these prominent anti-feminists, which I'm going to skip because, honestly, it's just a clip show from your Descent of Manosphere series that I'm not even going to bother watching. But, because I just don't think it adds to the video. But, honestly, she doesn't need to rethink her strategy. Her strategy is correct, and it's the same kind of strategy you've used. And the fact it's probably because you realise that you're losing the argument, that you want to protect one of your sacred cows from herself having her arguments debunked.
A little, because I don't think it's necessarily the wisest move on your part.
How is it not? She wants to grow as a person. She wants to understand arguments from another perspective. She wants to open up what was originally an echo chamber. That, I think, is a charitable cause.
Now, for context, I do a series on my channel called The Descent of Manosphere, and in each episode I profile a different sort of anti-feminist individual from, generally from YouTube or from the internet in general. And within each episode I do a thing called the almost inevitable bit about Laci Green, which is a recurring segment about yourself, or more precisely about one of these anti-feminists responding to you. So it's me.
Am I the only one who finds this extremely patronising, Kevin? I mean, I'm not... It's one thing to, make a, defence of Laci Green, because she's a big channel. She doesn't always get the chance to respond to people like this, and I don't hold you to account for that, but now you're trying to tell her what to do, and I myself disagree with a lot of the feminist doctrine, but I can't be the only one who thinks it's very patronising that you're trying to tell her what to do, trying to... You defend her honour and then in exchange ask for her compliance. It's very retrograde, to say the least, isn't it, Kevin? It's really not a feminist kind of thing to do, is it? I don't expect that from either feminists or anti-feminists, to be honest, because anti-feminists aren't anti-women, they aren't anti-freedom. They're just people who disagree with your approach on women's rights. I think there's a lot of common ground that you don't realise exists. It's just your heavy-handed approach to the issue of women's rights is going to result in you taking approaches like this.
Me responding to them, responding to you. Yes, it's quite convoluted, but it sort of works, I think. And so what I thought I'd do would be to put together a highlights package, or I suppose more appropriately a lowlights package, of the kinds of things these anti-feminists...
People have said stupid things on the internet, even in videos that they've made in the past, okay? And you have as well, Kevin. You've said stupid shit. I've said stupid shit in videos. These, anti-feminists that you go on to quote in your video, they've all said stupid shit. And, I mean, it's debatable whether it's even stupid shit or not, in my opinion. So, I really don't know what to say. Just these sort of examples that you go into of, Laci Green being personally attacked. I mean, I hate to bring up the not all argument, but people don't do that. And if Laci is don't always do that. And if Laci is willing to accept that she was wrong, these people would maybe treat her with a bit more respect. Because the hubris of her original videos and self-righteousness came across as worthy of condemnation from these people, like Undoomed and Bearing and the Satirician. Those, I think, are like 3 names that came up in your videos. Anyway, let's just carry on.
for want of a better phrase, shitlords, have said about you and in response to you, and they're kind of generally phenomenally disrespectful, and that's me being...
Alright, if we want to talk phenomenally disrespectful, and I know you've apologised for this, I know you've not done anything since this, Kevin. What about the time you made a video mocking Thunderfoot's dad dying of cancer? This is far more phenomenally disrespectful than anything these people have done. That there's a serious disconnect between somebody saying, "Hey moron, a la Undoomed," and making fun of somebody's relative for dying of cancer. Because being a moron, not only is it subject to the eye of the beholder, but it's also something that can be changed. People's perceptions of people can be changed, whereas with cancer, once people get it, they've got it. It's based more within the realm of fact, if you know what I mean. So, honestly, I really don't think you should be throwing stones in glass houses here, Kevin. I mean, I know you've apologised for it. I know you think it's you regret your actions, so just... how do you know that these people don't regret their actions? And their actions are nowhere near as severe, might I add. So please don't lecture people and throw stones in glass houses.
Very, very generous to them. The phenomenally disrespectful way in which they've dealt with you in the past.
In the past, Kevin. In the past.
To hopefully maybe get you to reconsider whether this is the wisest course of action from yourself to try and engage them.
You've engaged them, and honestly, I think you've grown as a person having engaged with people in the anti-feminist community. You've developed a new sort of sense of opinions that you wouldn't have gained otherwise, and I think that's a good thing. You being held to this account and scrutiny by this sort of anti-feminist community, if you will. You have grown as a person having talked to these people, so why can't Laci? I think Laci would greatly benefit from doing so. So why stop her? Who are you to stop her? And I know this is just a suggestion, I'm not forcing her to do anything, but you're capable of having conversations with those people as well.
Because I don't think they're actually interested in rational discourse with you.
Bullshit, Kevin. They've been interested in rational discourse with you, so why wouldn't they be interested in rational discourse with Laci?
So, yeah. Hopefully, if you do click on this, you'll stick around and watch the upcoming clips package.
I won't. I'm just going to fast forward to the end, Kevin, because it'll eat up way too much time.
Even though it's not going to be a nice experience for you, because these people have not been nice to you in the past.
Yeah, in the past, you've been absolutely disgusting towards Thunderfoot's father. In the past.
And hopefully you'll gain a better understanding of that. So enjoy, I suppose.
Just the social awkwardness of just giving this exposition dump of nasty people towards her and then telling her to enjoy it. It's just good grief. So that was just a small selection of the hate that these arseholes have thrown your way. Calling her a moron, calling her an idiot, making a few sort of callous sort of jokes here and there. Really not the worst that's happened compared to what some individuals that you associate with within the feminist community have done. Laci, these people are not your friends. They don't have to be. They don't have to be her friends. They can disagree with her. But if she wants to have a conversation with these people and have her opinions challenged, that doesn't mean that they have to be her friends. They can just simply be... They could be adversaries for all I care, but it speaks volumes about Laci that she's able to have these kinds of conversations.
Thank you all for listening and for watching. To Laci and to everyone, frankly, if you want to contact me either about this or anything else, my Twitter and Facebook and all that is linked below as always, and you can do so there.
Alright, I will. I'm going to send this video to you on Twitter afterwards, because this is very disappointing, Kevin. I really think you should reconsider your position on this and let Laci decide for herself whether she wants to go ahead with this. Because this so-called cautionary tale, more like an uncautionary tale, is nothing but regressive dogma to me, and stinks of hubris.